My name is Dimitrios. I'm 38 years old. I come from Thessaloniki, Greece. I've been here for 7 and almost a half years. I came here in 2011 and I work in a Czech company as a network engineer. I had an idea of trying to live abroad. I never thought about living in the Czech Republic. I was mostly thinking to go to Germany. But then I came across this ad. It was about a job in networking in a telecommunications company. And it was in Brno. I had no idea about Brno. Everybody knows Prague, but nobody knew Brno outside, at least in Greece. Prague is very popular. It's a popular destination for holidays. But Brno, nobody knew. Some friends knew that there is MotoGP and told me, okay, but I'm not a fan, so I didn't know. And yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity, both for my intention to try living abroad, also a good job option to start in this field, because I was not relevant. I hadn't done any work like that before. Mm-hmm. I studied physics.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to do something like that, and it looked like a good opportunity. So I was like, why not? So I came. Here I am, 7 years later. Let's say I came with low expectations, like, you know, whatever happens, happens, and I was very much surprised in a positive way that things were very organized, the cities were clean, and everything was working perfect. It has a bigger significance if you take into account that I come from Greece and things are kind of chaotic there, can be. So I was very happily surprised that here everything is very organized. No, I had never, no.
Okay.
And not even my close friends had visited, so I didn't have an idea from a personal point of view. If I think about now, yeah, it's kind of... the only thing I did was I googled Brno, and I found a small video about the city, but you know, I watched this video in 2011, and the video itself was even older. So I don't know, like 10, 15 years old video. I was like, okay, it looks nice. Brno was just because the job I found was there. I had no idea about Brno. I loved Brno. Like, I think it was a very nice place to live, start. I stayed there 5 years, almost 5 years, yes. And the only reason I went away was a better job and a better salary. Well, not the main reason, let's say. Second reason was like already a lot of my friends over the 5-year period that I stayed there started to relocate to Prague for the same reasons, like better job and better salary. So there was a point that I was kind of tired of doing the same job for 5 years. I was thinking of, you know, doing something different, something new. And I came across an opportunity in Prague and I took it. It was not because I didn't like living in Brno. I still have fond memories of Brno, I still have good friends there. I would still visit in every given opportunity, and I actually miss Brno. Well, yeah, it was a bit hard, yeah. I actually came only 1 week before I should start working. I thought it would be enough for me to find a flat and make all the arrangements, and actually it wasn't that easy. I didn't take into account also that when I came, after like the second day I was here, it was public holiday and everything was closed. I hadn't done my homework, so I didn't know that this would happen, and I had some trouble communicating with finding a flat. I tried a bit few private advertisements, but like online. Nobody replied to me because I don't know if it was because of the language, because I obviously tried in English. And then I tried a couple of real estate agencies, and I was, for example, the first impression I had was that I should do everything, I don't know, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. When I asked if I can see a flat on Saturday, they told me no, we don't work on Saturday. I was used to different things from where I come from. If they want to help you, which means you are the customer, they will get your money basically. They will go out of their way in many possible ways. So yeah, flat was one, and well, after I started working, I met other expats. There was some help from the HR department that you have these options, you could try these. So yeah, things started following their course. I met other people who had been through the same process before, so I took their advice on some things. And eventually it took me 3 weeks to find a flat, but it worked and everything went okay. It was 1 kk. Basically, if I went in, I had to go in a reverse out because there was no room to turn. I think it was 25 square meters.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I was happy, for one person. I think in 2011 in Brno I was paying 8,000 crowns. No, actually the biggest problem is language barrier.
Yeah, okay.
When I first came to Czech Republic, my second day I met someone from India, randomly, and I was like, how long you lived here? He told me 5 years. I was like, oh, you speak Czech, most probably. He was like, no, and from inside I kind of judged him. I was like, he's 5 years here, he cannot speak Czech. I don't want to be myself. And this is worse because I'm 7.5 years here and I cannot speak Czech. The biggest problem is the language. It affects a lot of my everyday life, but apparently not in a critical way, so I fix this. So, it's simple things, and sometimes bigger, but bigger you actually have to think when something happens. Like if I have to go to the doctor, to the hospital, which doesn't happen often, but the moment it does, you wish you could speak Czech, because it would make things easier. Other things like going to, shops and agencies and public services, okay, more or less I try to overcome. Still, it would be much easier if I could speak the language. Like, I find myself avoiding do stuff because of that. Because I don't want to force people to speak English because they shouldn't have to. At the same time, I don't know if Czechs realize that, but Czech is not an easy language to learn. Even when I try something, probably I don't do it correct. It has happened to me that people turned away. They didn't even say something, they just went away because they didn't want to speak in my Czech way of speaking.
Yeah.
No, well, this with the English part, I understand.
Yeah.
If you go to my country and try to go to a public office, I don't think they will speak English.
No.
There might be a difference that even if you don't speak, they will try to help you. They will try to understand what you want, and like they won't easily send you away. That was my biggest problem here. And the locals think we the foreigners, Greeks, we mind that they don't speak English. That's not really true. Of course, it will make our lives easier, but we don't expect that. They don't, of course, no. But perhaps, a bigger effort to meet in halfway, like, I use some Czech word, I write something on paper that a friend told me, and we try to make it work. That would be ideal. Yeah, actually I spent 2 years studying. I did 1 year private lessons, and then another 2 semesters, let's say, I went to a language school. But obviously I didn't put the effort required. I mean, I was going to the classes, but that was pretty much it. I didn't put the effort required after that. And I would think, okay, I do the classes, I have some basic idea of the rules, grammar. I live in the country, I hear these words every day, so I should pick up something.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't work with Czech. He might work with Spanish or Italian or I don't know, but he will not work with Czech. Well, it really was not a conscious decision about the country. It was about the job.
Okay, yeah. So you
I
just
wo-
it was-
yes.
yeah, just a job opportunity. And
I saw the job opportunity and I thought, what can go wrong? If I don't like it, I will give it a year, let's say. If I don't like the job or the country, I can go back. When I came here, it was, let's stay 1 year and we'll see. After the 1 year, it was, let's stay another year and we'll see.
Okay.
After the second, I don't know if I extended this in my mind, but for sure after some time it went away. Like I was going back home and I was enjoying it, but I liked that I was holidaying back home. I'm not sure I would like to go back there and have my routine there. So 5-10 years, I think I would be here. I don't see what would make me move, let's say. So for now and for the immediate future, I think I would feel comfortable staying here. Maybe longer, maybe, I don't know. Well, I don't have a family yet here, but this is something that could change everything. I could start a family and then basically that's it. Not that you cannot live, but it makes things more stable and you're not looking, adventures. I think minimum 3 times per year.
Okay.
Summer for sure. I try to go for Christmas and maybe another point, another period during the year. Yeah, I have my parents there, they're getting old, so I want to see them. I want to make sure they're okay. Now they are the kids. Well, yes. I think it's fairly easy for a foreigner to find a decent job here. Well, I'm mostly having in mind my field of work, like IT, but I've met people doing other jobs as well, so I think this applies in general. Yeah. Yes, everything, yes. About public transportations, I think is the best I've met. Well, I haven't traveled to Mars, but I've been around Europe in some major cities. I will not compare with Greece, not at all. There's no point. But with what I've seen, it's one of the best systems I've encountered and totally affordable. I think the price. It's very good value for money. For the service is amazing. Like the fact that I go to now, I find myself that I won't even bother if I see the metro, about to close the door. I don't even make a quicker pace. Just wait. I know in 1.5 minutes will be the next one. I won't bother to run too much. And I have the annual pass, so I think that's around 10 crowns per day, which is, it's very affordable.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, and of course, it's again related to where I come from, so I compare from what I was used to. I would say the level of organization, of things you don't notice because kind of happen when you are asleep, like people cleaning the streets, cleaning the snow, you take it for granted, but if you've seen how it is in a city, in a big city, without this proper organization, things can go chaotic. So I've experienced that. So I can appreciate the fact that here things actually work. The Czechs are very good in organizing. Yeah, I'm sure if I find, I could find the Czech person who would complain about what I'm praising. You know, everybody in their country will have complaints, but I'm just doing the comparison.
Yeah, true.
So I like this level of organization and that people follow the rules in terms of, well, which leads up to people respecting other people. Like if you follow the rules, eventually you don't go in the way of someone else, you know. You have a drink at a pub where smoking is forbidden and nobody's smoking. We enforced that rule in my country 15 years ago, but you go to a bar and the shop owners will offer you an ashtray. So, yeah, in that sense I really like
Okay, that's
the Czech way. In that question I would come back to the language.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah.
what is restricting me, and the language is hard to learn, as I said, but that's not on the Czechs. That's what it is. So basically, it's on me that I didn't put the effort to make myself better in that, and it's always on my list. You know, like I should do this year, the next year. Yeah. So basically, that's it. The language, because I find myself even avoiding simple stuff. Like I see a place where I look from the window and I like the food, some street food, and I don't go inside because I'm thinking, okay, now I have to explain what I want, and I just continue my way.
Too complicated.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I definitely feel comfortable. I don't have any issues with, I'm not in an entirely Czech environment. But I have Czech colleagues. They are very welcoming. Actually, many times I was thinking about it because I try to put myself in a similar position in my country. I work in a company and I have to speak English because other people are not Greek. And I was thinking it wouldn't be so. I mean, I would find it weird to get up from my bed in the morning, go to my Greek job and speak English. I would find it weird. So I appreciate that people go into this, they make this effort. Well, not just for me, but it's work related, but still, it's something I appreciate. We have a lot of multicultural, the community in work is multicultural. We have people from Spain, Italy, Romania, so I don't feel like isolated or. So I would say definitely the environment is good. People making each other feel comfortable, so no complaints.